guys can pause and go back into the video and see where we're left off. Here, I have already done the work from you. This should be a pretty straightforward question. It says find the slant asymptote. And the reason it says this, oops, sorry, hold on. Okay, back on it. I didn't hit my pen and then it freaked out for me. So, the reason this has a slant asymptote is because the degree of the numerator is greater than the degree of the denominator. Therefore, it has no horizontal asymptote. You guys have to remember all those rules. Remember there's 3. Numerator is greater than the denominator, or the degree is bigger on top than the bottom. There's no horizontal asymptote. If they're equal, the degrees, then you've got to set the leading coefficient over the leading coefficient. And if the numerator is smaller than the denominator, the degrees, then it's automatically going to be y equals 0, okay? So here, we have no horizontal asymptotes, we have a slant. The only way to find the slant is to do long division. And again, the slant is going to end up becoming a linear line in the format y equals mx plus b, where m is my slope. He is important. If your slope is a positive slope, that means all of my end behavior, as x goes to positive infinity or to the right side, your arrow is going up. So that means all of the positive infinity, no matter what direction it's going, will go to the same direction as the x's. If you get a slope that is negative, it is going to go to the opposite, okay? We'll go over that in just a second, but let's go ahead and do the long or synthetic division. Now, I've already told you guys yours is going to be synthetic division on the test. I think that is the easiest method by far. So that's the one I'm going to do on this video. In order to do that, you take the opposite number from the bottom, okay? We're seeing what is the value of x that we are dividing into the numerator. So we got to find that value of x, and that's why we set it equal to 0 and get -3. The other numbers come from the coefficients of the numerator. Remember, if you are missing a term, you've got to go ahead and put 0 as a placeholder. The first term always goes down. -3 times -1 will give me a +3. 4 plus 3 is 7. -3 times 7 is -21. That gives me -18. This is my remainder. We do not care about the remainder. This is now my constant, and this is my x to the first, okay? So -1 is technically going to be my slope, because if I rewrite this as a line, it will be -1x plus 7. Since I've done the synthetic division, it will give me -1x, which I'll just put a -x plus 7. We do not care about the remainder. He does not matter. On your test, I better see y equals. It is a line. So you've got to, just like you do for your vertical and horizontal asymptotes, you've got to show me that it's a line, okay? So this one, if we notice, has a negative slope, okay? So negative slope is going to look kind of like this graph right here. So as I go to the left side, my arrow is going up to positive infinity. So as x goes to negative, f of x is going to the positive infinity. That's what I mean by opposite. And as I go to the right side, it's going down to negative infinity. So as x goes to positive infinity, it's going to negative. So really, your slope tells you a lot. It tells you what direction your end behavior is going. You've just got to remember what's left, what's right. If it's a positive slope, it's going to the same directions. So if it's going to negative infinity, the f of x is going to negative infinity. But in this case, we have a negative slope, so it's going to the opposite. All right? Now, moving on.